Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope day's starting out better than mine. Sorry for the last video. It's very emotional. But the messages for today are to surrender worry. Now, for a lot of us, it's easier said than done, especially if you're the one that's going through something. You know, it's easy for people to be like, just be positive, look on the bright side, and, it'll be okay. When in reality, you're going crazy inside your head and you have a million questions and you just keep researching shit and looking this up and looking that up and driving yourself fucking absolutely crazy. And you guys need to cut it out. I'm talking to myself too. I need to cut it out. But, it's a wasted emotion because there's no point in worrying. When you worry, you're putting out this energy. Instead of being happy, you're putting out bad energy. You're putting out all these things that are possibilities that, yeah, it could happen. It could go all the way left. But why put more energy and focus on it to create it? So, if you just have a thought, then okay, that's one thought. But then that thought goes to another thought and then another and then another and then another. Then the next thing you know, you just spent 20 minutes to a fucking hour, who knows how long, putting all this energy into something that hasn't even happened, probably won't happen, but now you're creating it. And that's not good. You can't do that. So the worries, you really have to start letting them go because it's contributing to the negativity in your life. It builds and it builds and it builds, and it serves no purpose in your life. There's no point in worrying because shit hasn't happened yet. It probably won't even fucking happen. You're driving yourself crazy to drive yourself crazy. And it's interesting, because literally all the cards that I pulled, they go from worrying to setting your intentions, and then doorways opening and alliances being formed. And that's kind of how everything is right now. But Jesus, where's Sandy when I need her? So the worrying part, you have to release that, okay? It's not that important. Don't worry about shit because there's no point. My kids, that's like my biggest shit. Like, this is the best analogy I have. My tiny baby is like the most craziest little kid I've ever come across. And I can't even tell you how many heart attacks I have in a fucking day, but that's me worrying. So when I see him doing something that is probably not so safe, and I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna get hurt. Oh my God, I'm gonna run outside and get him. No, instead of that, I turn my ass around and I focus on what the fuck I'm doing now, because he probably isn't gonna get hurt. He's gonna be okay. Nothing bad is going to happen. But you're still gonna freak the fuck out. You're sitting there like, oh my God, but what if, and what if, and what if? And then you're creating that situation to happen, and you don't want your baby to get hurt. Look at it that way. You're like, oh, well, don't put that energy into it. Just look at it like, oh, he's fine. When he needs me, I'll hear him screaming, and then I'll know, then I'll worry, then I'll be scared, then I'll be whatever the fuck I need to be. But you have to really kind of just turn around and focus on now. And now it's like the best analogy I have. Don't think I'm a bad mom. I just don't like having heart attacks or putting energy into my kid hurting himself, because he's usually pretty resilient. He's a strong little boy. But, that's what happened with the worry, and it builds and it builds and it builds. So if you're going to be doing anything, focus on the good. Focus on the outcome that you want. And think about that for 20 minutes. Put energy into that for an hour. Do the things that are going to benefit you. Don't focus on the negative shit. So it says, when we least expect it, the new door will open. So good things are coming, and you probably don't even see the shit, and it's probably right before your fucking face, and it's just like, yeah, it's never gonna get here. It's coming. It's the time's approaching. And it's also saying that when you meet people or you create alliances with people, ask yourself what benefit they're going to serve. Are they going to help you in your spiritual path? Are they going to help you to achieve the things that you want to achieve? Or are they going to hold you back from doing those things? it's important when you meet people to see how they fit into your life, and don't force people to fit into your life. You know, you have to just allow shit to happen. You start forcing people, that's when shit goes bad, because you're forcing someone that probably is not the best fit for you, and it's going to keep you back from your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing. So you need to let things happen naturally, and if it's meant to be, then it'll be. They're going to be there. It's going to happen. But you also need to make sure not to become codependent on someone. You know, if you are currently with someone, you need to ask yourself, who am I without this person? Can I be on my own? Can I stand on my own 2 feet? Like, really evaluate and assess the things that's happening right now in your life and the situations, and see who you truly are, and make sure you're good by yourself before you add someone else. You know, you don't want to add someone else and it's just going to make you feel worse. Like that fucking movie, I Can Do Bad All By Myself. It's facts. Like, I don't need you to do horrible. Like, I'm good. I can do that shit by myself. Like, if I'm doing good and you can help me and we can be a team and do better, then yes, that's fucking awesome. Do that. But don't sit there and be like, oh, well, you're struggling and I'm struggling and we can struggle together. Now, don't get me wrong. You can struggle together if you're both motivated and trying to achieve something, then yes. But if one's not motivated and one is motivated, then no, that person's going to bring you down and you're going to be like, fuck. So be careful, okay? Evaluate these situations, assess them, and make appropriate decisions. But they're saying it's time to take action now and step out of your comfort zone, which is something that kind of goes back to the worrying, because a lot of us don't like change. Me, myself, I'm usually pretty content in my happy little fucking bubble. I don't really want to step left or step right. I'm like, this is going good. Why do I gotta change shit? And sometimes it's necessary. You know, change is important and it's good to change, you know. I resist it, but ultimately I'm like, yeah, you know, this isn't so bad. So don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. But you have to take action towards it. You have to make those moves now, okay? Like, and I don't mean like right now. I mean, have a plan. Know what's happening. Know what you're going to do. You know, be diligent in what you're doing. Don't just fucking go off on a whim. Unless you're somebody like me that's just like, yeah, I'm going to go be free today. Fuck everything. Yes, I do that sometimes. Don't do that. Not to say it always turns out horribly, because usually it works itself out, but I'm not giving you that advice. Don't do that. Have a plan, you know, but it's time to take action. It's time to move towards what you truly want. It's time to work towards those things. And the longer you delay, the more likely you are to miss out on an awesome fucking opportunity, an awesome relationship, an awesome fucking job, a nice house, whatever it is. Don't delay. It's shit or get off the fucking pot, you know? One or the other. You can't just sit there on a fucking toilet for like 1,000 years like, Be like, no, somebody else got to use the bathroom. Let's go. Get your life together. So please surrender your worry and understand that what you're focusing your intention on, you're creating more of it and you're allowing more of that to come in. So please just try to be positive. And I know it's fucking hard. I know, because there's days I wake up and I'm just sad. And I have to just be like, okay, you know, you feel your feelings. You feel sad, you cry. You mad, be angry. But also understand that you control how long you feel those for. So once you feel them and you're like, okay, I've released this, let it go. Don't sit there and contemplate on it. Don't sit there and think about it and replay the shit in your head 1,000 more times. Just let it go, because the past is past. You can't change the fucking past. Once it's done, that's it. It's like, oh, okay, like when you wipe your ass and you flush the toilet, it's gone. It doesn't come back to fucking haunt you. It doesn't be like, hey, you remember you flushed me down the toilet the other day? That doesn't fucking happen. So please look at situations like that. Like, once they're done, they're done. You know, it hurt you. You learned from it. You move on. Okay? You take a shit, you flush it, you go about your day. It's the same difference. Please, it's truly, truly is. Just look at it that way. I know I have some fucked up analogies sometimes, but I like to laugh. So there you go. But, you know, just look at it that way. And one other thing is your anger. Now, like I said, the past is the past. Now, when I was probably about 15 was the point where I learned that being upset with people for an extended amount of time was pointless. It's pointless because, again, you can't change it. And also, if something happened to that person, you would feel really fucking bad and be like, damn, why was I mad? Or why did I stop talking to them? Or why didn't I do this? Or why didn't I do that? There's no point in it. You know, accept it, be angry, argue about it, talk about it, whatever it is you need to do, get it out. But also move on from it, release it, allow yourself to feel your feelings and let it go. Anger is a horrible fucking feeling to have and hold on to. Let it go. It's not worth any motherfucking thing. It's not worth it. Believe me, it's not. You know, and I learned that at an early age, and there's a lot of people that still run around here angry as shit holding on to everything. Don't do it. Because you can look at your life and be like, where has all this shit gotten me? And you're going to be like, fucking nowhere, miserable, hating life, hating everybody. So let it go, you know? And I always try to teach my kids, like, hey, all right, it happened. It's done. It's over. You feel your feelings, get over it, and move forward. So please, feel your feelings, accept your feelings, deal with your feelings, release them shits, and move forward. Stop the worrying, trust your intuition, and set your intention and stick to it. You know, don't go back and forth. Don't do anything else. The doorway is opening for you. So please, even if you can't see the shit, it's coming. It's opening. It's there. It's like, hey, one step forward and you're going to be in the shit. Like, for real. It's time to take action. Stop delaying. Stop procrastinating. Stop worrying about bullshit that don't matter. Make it happen. And if it's scary, then that's more of a reason for you to fucking do it. Not saying, hey, I'm going to walk into this ass whooping. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm talking about positive shit that's for you. If it's walking away from an abusive relationship, then please take the fucking step. It's worth it. If it's walking towards a loving person, take the step. It'll be worth it. Either which way it goes, just understand. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose who you are when you become a unit with someone. Always maintain who you are and what your purpose is, you know. And a lot of us don't know what that is, but we'll get there at some point. But that's your message for today, and I'm pretty sure I have to do this over because, yeah, I've been talking for a really long time. But I love ya, and I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll be back on here in like 2 minutes. Bye.